Hey guys, how's it going? Andrew Baena here. I just wanted to do a video describing the gear that I use. I did one of these last year, but a lot has changed since then. I have done some major upgrades to the stuff that I use, so I just wanted to talk about it all basically. So this video is just going to kind of outline what gear I use and what the purpose of each piece of gear is. Maybe for some of you who are thinking about starting a YouTube channel where you create your own music, this might be useful for you. So anyways, let's go right ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is one of the newest things that I got, which were these nice KRK Rocket 8 monitors. My boss at work was selling his pair for an insane price, so I picked them up from him. I upgraded from a 3-inch monitor pair to an 8-inch monitor pair, which makes a huge difference, and I can actually hear the bass in my mixes now, which has helped me a lot to make sure that I'm not producing tracks that are way overkill and bass heavy, because now I can actually hear how much bass I'm putting in properly. The next thing I want to talk about is a very, very important piece of gear that I'm extremely happy that I purchased, and it is worth every single penny. It is this nice Kemper profiling amplifier right here. I use it to record all of my guitar tones, and I've been using it since I think I got it in August, and it has immensely improved the sound quality of everything that I've done. I use it for all guitar tracks that I've recorded since I've got it. It just makes some amazing sounding tones. The next thing I want to talk about before I get into my guitar stuff is the actual computer hardware that I use. So right now I'm rocking two 27-inch monitors. It gets confusing when you're talking about monitors because the speakers are called monitors and these are called monitors. So let's call them screens for the sake of this video. So I use these two 27-inch screens. They are not matching. Unfortunately, I would love to have a matching pair, but I don't have the money to do that right now. So for now, just two 27-inch monitors. This one is actually a 4K monitor, but this one's 1080p. So right now I have them both running at 1080p because I tried running this one at 4K and this one at 1080p, and it was all messed up. I mean, it works, but it's just confusing, and definitely like having two monitors. It helps a lot with especially video production. I haven't really edited my workflow for audio so that it utilizes both, but I plan on doing that very soon. As for the actual computer that I use, I custom built my own PC, which you can't really see, but it's down there. I got help from a couple of friends of mine who recommended a bunch of awesome components, and it was my first time ever building my own PC. If you've never done that before, I highly recommend doing it. It is way easier than I thought it was going to be. It's very, very hard to mess it up. It took me about like 3 or 4 hours to build, so it's a pretty intense learning process, but now that I know how to do it, I will never go back to buying stock PCs ever again. The last two things besides guitar stuff that I use is right now I'm using a blue Yeti microphone, but yeah, I got this mic recently because I was a little tired of how my camera audio was sounding when I was doing talking videos, which isn't very often, but it's just another, nice thing that I decided I wanted to add to my video production. But anyways, that's all for all this stuff that you can see right now. So the rest of the video is going to be all about guitars. As some of you might know, I buy a shit ton of guitars and then usually sell them very quickly. But I'm going to go through like the main 3 guitars that are kind of like my 3 guitars that I'm like 99.9% sure I will never sell and I'll keep forever. So the first one on that list is my Fast Guitars Roamer 8-string. And that guitar looks like this. So this is a full custom guitar from a local company to me called Fast Guitars. I first started working with them back in February, and this was my first build that I commissioned from them. So it's got this offset kind of Jazzmaster shape. I'm sure you guys have seen me play it a ton of times in lots of videos. Tuned to drop E, which is, E, B, E, A, D, G, B, E. That's kind of the tuning that I keep it in all the time. Fucking awesome guitar. Probably I think it is my favorite guitar that I've ever owned. Definitely my favorite guitar that I currently own. And yeah, just a fantastic guitar. Plays excellent, and I could not be happier with this instrument. Guitar number 2 on my permanent guitar list, let's call it, is my 7-string Fast Guitars Orion. So this guitar, I've only had it since like October, so only a few months, but it is awesome. It's more of like a standard, you know, super strat shape. Fan frets, just like the 8-string. It's got Fast Guitar's own pickup design, own bridge design, which I love. It glows in the dark, which I wish I could show off in this video, but I can't really get the lighting correct in order to do that. But it's got glow in the dark, fret dots, and all of these, if you can see it hopefully, all of the green fill in the wood grain also glows green, and it is so cool, and I'm stoked on this guitar still. So I don't think this one will ever be leaving my collection. I also love this intense arm bevel right here. It feels so comfortable to play. So anyways, next guitar. So guitar number 3 is my Kiesel Vader 7-string. This is not a new guitar. I've had this for a year now, and this is actually the oldest guitar in my collection, ironically enough, even though it's just over a year and a half old or something like that. So this is my first ever custom guitar, and I still absolutely love this guitar, and I don't think I'll ever sell it, partially because of the sentimental value, and the experience I had ordering my first custom was just so cool, and you know, I was so stoked when I ordered this guitar, and I still love playing it every single day. So now we'll move on to the rest of my guitars. Don't get me wrong, I still love these guitars, but I have kind of like a revolving door of guitars, other than those 3 that I kind of just go through all the time until I find ones that I really love, and then I keep them from there. So starting off, I'll show you a brand new one that I literally just got yesterday. There was a local music store to me called Tom Lee. If you live in BC, you'll definitely know what that is. But they are moving their flagship store in downtown Vancouver up literally a block, but for some reason, I guess the moving costs of literally moving a block are too expensive for them. So instead of just paying the moving fee, they're selling everything in their store. So I went into the store intending to just buy a guitar case, and the first thing I saw when I walked in was a green guitar. So I had to get it. It was too good of a deal to pass up. This is an LTD EC1000 6-string guitar. Fucking really like this guitar so far. Like I said, I've only had it a day, but this is my latest 6-string. The other 6-string in my collection is something completely different. It is a Fender Squier Classic Vibe Strat. So this is meant to be like a classic vibe based on the 60s. So something totally different than what I would normally play or buy, which is what makes it so cool. You know, it provides me with tones that I can't really get with any of the other guitars I have. It's got, you know, the classic Stratocaster 3 single coil setup, and it actually sounds amazing for how cheap these guitars are, and they're made in China, but despite that, they're fucking awesome, and I really like this guitar. It has like really nice clean tones, really nice lead tones, just everything about it so far I've really enjoyed. So again, this is kind of new, but I don't know, I mean, as of this point in time, I feel like I'm gonna keep it, but who knows. And finally, the last guitar in my collection is a Schecter C9 9-string guitar. This one has a modded pickup thing going on, sort of. So it's got an EMG 909X in the bridge, and it's got the stock EMG 909 in the neck, but I painted the neck pickup white just with spray paint so it matches the bridge. If you look at it in person up close, you can kind of tell it's like a slightly different shade of white, but nobody can really tell except for me, to be honest, so I'm okay with that instead of buying a new pickup. So this guitar took me by surprise. I kind of bought it as like not a joke, but you know, I wasn't really expecting to like it because it's a 9-string and it's ridiculous. but I actually really do. It's a lot of fun to play. I haven't really figured out like what the hell I'm gonna write on it, but I've enjoyed playing it so far. So that rounds out my gear summary for 2017. Again, a lot has changed since last year, and I'm really excited about everything in my collection now. I just wanted to make this video to kind of keep a documentation for myself and for you guys to see what I use. I'll be doing another one of these next year, and I look forward to seeing what the hell I'm using next year. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, please do that because it helps me out a lot, as well as following me on Facebook and Instagram and all that other shit. Thanks again so much for watching. Goodbye.